I want this mall to look abandoned. Mostly parking lot. I want massage chairs in the middle of the walkway. No one's gonna sit in them. Trampoline and bungee mixed together. Bungee trampoline in the middle of the mall. Let's put a cheesecake factory that's somehow inside and outside of the mall at the same time. Make it impossible to find the bathrooms. And if you do find them, it looks like you're about to enter the back rooms. Pretzels. Everywhere. I want everyone to smell it as soon as they walk in the mall. I want kiosks selling phone cases nobody wants, and the salesmen are very aggressive. Let's put a car in there with a raffle that no one's gonna win. And it's either a Tesla or a very average looking Toyota. Gold jewelry store with 0 customers ever. Matter of fact, add 4 jeweler kiosks across the mall. We need a long hallway that serves no purpose and has 1 water fountain. I want a Spencer's and 2 Journeys. One of the Journeys is gonna sell adult shoe sizes. The other one is gonna sell kids shoe sizes.
What? Allow me to play devil's advocate.
He wants smoke, I'll bring the matches.
When it comes to pop culture and fun, we're the whole deal.
That man knows malls.
I went to a mall in Grapevine here in Texas, and there was nobody in there. But I did see one of the biggest roaches I've ever seen in my life.
Was this Grapevine Mills Mall?
Yes, it was.
Grapevine Mills used to be so great.
It's not anymore. I went like 4 years ago. I said, this is disgusting. I was so bougie. I was like, oh, roaches in the food court?
It does suck to see how far the malls have fallen, man. Because, like, being a child from the late 1900s, man, you used to be able to drop me off with $10, and I could make that $10 last for 7 hours.
So, I mean, you guys both grew up in cities. Like, I grew up in the country. You know what I'm saying? And we lived off of a dirt road, my first house. And so when we would get to go to the mall in Texarkana, like maybe once or twice a year, right before school's about to start, because you're going to do some clothes shopping and stuff. And it was like magic. It was like, oh my God, there's a movie theater and there's a candy store and there's a KB Toys. And it was just like, the mall was such a magical experience in like the late 80s through the mid 90s. And now we're never, ever going to get anything like that back.
It hits so different.
I blame Jeff Bezos and Amazon because like I was one of the last people in my friend group to get on board with like online shopping. I'm like, no, I like the experience. I like to be able to feel the stuff and look at it. And then now it's like, they made it so easy, and it sucks because it takes away all the mom and pop businesses, the experience being around humans. That's why everybody's all weird now, because they don't know how to be around humans. They just know how to like click stuff online.
Yeah, shout out to Jamie Baby 76. Yo, I too miss KB Toys. We needed an alternative to Toys R Us back in the days. And KB was like a mall exclusive. And if you're a gamer, when you go in there and you go to like Babbage's or Electronics Playground, like, oh man, like, because certain game places had games that other people didn't have, yo.
I miss the malls. I used to work at the mall. I used to work at Oak Tree. The North Attleboro Mall in Massachusetts, which is on the border of Rhode Island and Mass. So the New England Patriots, when they would, be rookies, especially early on, like they would all come to the mall and buy their suits. And they would come to Oak Tree, and we would have all 5 pieces for like $99: the pants, the blazer, a vest, a shirt, and a tie. And they would come in and buy these bright mustard colored suits, royal blue, and of course, cranberry colored. So,
So Oak Tree was the place you would shop at. And I also got to point out the fact, like Oak Tree and Coda, with a little bit of Jeans West, only hired baddies. So let's start with that, right? So Oak Tree is when you would shop when you were slightly mature and you wanted to dress like people from New Jack City at the party that they were at, where G Money met Keisha. You know what I mean? Like they had all them bright color suits, like she would say, them ill deals. Like you would go get 2 pairs of jeans for $30, and you and your homie were like, "Yo, I got 15. You got 15? Let's go half on this." And you both walk out with a piece of clothing.
It was so easy to do that too, to buy all 5 pieces too.
I had to Google because I don't think we had an Oak Tree in any of the malls I went to.
It was slightly urban leaning. I didn't see too many Tanner Cousins because like mysteriously. All right, so when I lived in New York, I used to go to like the Galleria in White Plains, and I would go to Cross County Mall. But like when I lived in Texas, Vista Ridge Mall, which I think they're long gone. Now that you're there, thank you so much, T Fusion Sounds. Big ups to the super chatters who are making it happen. Wow. Us three can split an item of clothing. But yo, like Vista Ridge Mall had the best of both worlds. Like whether you was like, you know, shopping on the urban side of things. Who sold the U-Men hoodies? That was Chess King and Jeans West, right?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Yo, HK, growing up in New York, like your access to retail would have been mind-blowing for Tanner, who grew up on Route 4, Box 192. You know what I'm saying? Off a dirt road. Like I don't even know what you're talking about.
If I could have took you to 125th Street back in the 90s, when like it was just like not only just the stores that exist there, like I know they got Jimmy Jazz. It's like a franchise now that's all over the country. But back when they only had Jimmy Jazz on the East Coast, but the vendors that would be outside selling clothes and bootleg purses and bags, it was that would be where I would go right before like back to school shopping before I went back to Texas.
And for the ladies, we had Contempo Casuals, we had Wild Pair for shoes, we had merry-go-rounds. Did you have merry-go-round?
I remember merry-go-round.
And then we also had 579 for the cheap clothes, or Rave, which would be today's Forever 21 a little bit, I guess. So like a cheaper version. But I used to have fun. And my boss at Chess King was super fine. His name was Greg. He was in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Shout out to you, Greg. What's up? He was a cutie pie. And they had all like cute young people. It was time back then. Like Patriots come in the store. My boss is fine. Wow. It was like good times. I was a baddie. My booty was high. My hair was thick. You know what I mean? Good times back then. Man, it was good times.
Yo, yeah, like, no, he's right. Yeah, he would have lost his mind on 125. Cali Stack is like, don't even get me started on the Soviet Union. We had nothing. Because I used to hear stories on how like Americans would take jeans, like regular jeans, like over to like the Soviet Union and Germany and rack up. Oh, Italy? Where?
Oh, they loved anything American. They loved all of our stuff. So you can go over there. They had like outside markets. The Mercato, so it's kind of like a farmer's market, but they would sell clothes. But like Italy is good for like not bootlegging. They're very high on quality stuff, so they don't like to have like how we have the Chinese stores here in America, where like that's where you get all like cheap clothes, like you know, just super cheap. That's what we call them. It's not a racist term. They would call them the Chinese stores in downtown Providence, Rhode Island, and you get all the cute stuff for like the club attire, the hoochie wear. Today's Fashion Over. It used to be good times. It was fun. Well, that's why the kids are weird now. They don't have the malls to go get dropped off, flirt with the girls, flirt with the boys. You go there to socialize.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like I remember going to the mall and just like falling in love with some other. I was 12, but you know, some other 12 or 13 or 14-year-old girl getting her ears pierced at the Wet Seal or the Limited 2 or whatever. You know.
Oh, shout out to my cousin that's in the chat, Sterling James Bliss. I didn't know you watched the show. What's up, cousin? I'll be back in Rhode Island this weekend. I'm judging the Miss Rhode Island pageant, so I'll try to see y'all when I go home and go get some clam chowder and some
not the chowder. Nah, you was cooking with that mall starter pack. I definitely remember those. Hold on, but let me show y'all something real quick. I wish I knew the faster way to do certain things in here. Yo, you know, because the clothing stores was one thing, right? But it's another thing when you like go inside the food court and get right. And there's just certain things. Hold on, let me make sure I can pull this up.
I like the American Cookie Company to this day. I'll get the cheesecake brownies. I always get a steak and cheese sandwich or a chicken cheesesteak sandwich at the food court. And Sparrow's Pizza is in all of them.
Sparrow's, that was literally what I was trying to like show and pull up, but it saved it as a weird file that wouldn't let me upload in this
dry ass cardboard pizza that we just for some reason just seemed like it was better than it really was. It really was trash.
I think it might have been better back then. Like, you know, because like sometimes people, because I noticed this the other day, Big Back Energy, and I got more on that later, but Little Caesars, when they first came out, with the crazy bread and the crazy sauce, I think they was running that up for I think $2.49, and it came with the sauce in the 90s. That bread, that half cooked dough, that was the crazy bread, tasted so good. Then it went under for a while, and you could only see Little Caesars in Kmart. And then when they brought the crazy bread back, it tasted like cardboard box tops. However, somebody must have got a tough talking to at a board meeting, because they are back to how they used to taste in the 90s. Like doughy, like you know, like if they were supposed to cook it for 10 minutes, they pulled it out at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So it's just a little soft with that wet Parmesan butter sauce going on, and oh man,
I miss the social aspects of it all.
Yeah.
My cousin said, my cousin Sterling, James Bliss says, will do. I pop in from time to time, work is slow. I agree with the topic. No one goes to malls anymore. I stayed going to the mall on payday as a teen, going to the arcade and hanging around the mall. That was a time you would save up and go, and you would come home with your little bag, your little shirt, and fresh to death.
Claudia, I bet unless if you were one of those like arcade girls, that would surprise me, but I'm not saying you were. But I know HK, I feel like you and I were both in a time and space where it's you ever show up to the mall arcade and you're rolling up to like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 1 or 2, and you got like $2 in quarters, and there's a line to get on there and fight. And if you beat the guy who had been, then you got to stay up and you got respect of everyone in the arcade for like 10 minutes.
Yo, it was almost like if I could beat you in Mortal Kombat, I could beat you in a real fight. Like that was like that was the mentality. Like back then, it's like if you could win tetherball, that's how the real fight would go. You know what I mean?
I feel like this generation is missing out on so much of stuff that made us like gave us more character as people. You know what I mean? Like they'll never have these things. Like I feel like you're gonna be more socially awkward and weird that you're just in your house ordering stuff online and something comes to your door. You don't have to ever go out and get things. When I was little, I had a paper route. I had to go to 72 different customers with my dirt bike with all these newspapers on the front of my bike. It built character. Do this work, deliver to this bitch ass neighbor 7 days a week. At the end of the week, they gave me a 30-cent tip. Yes, it was horrible, but it also built character. Going to the malls, having to approach people, coming home with something. It just, I don't know. I miss those days. I feel like people really are missing out on the social part of it all.
The budgeting aspect too that would exist, my friend's mom would drop us off at Vista Ridge, and maybe I'd have $10 and my friend Joseph would have $10, and hey, if it's 12 noon and she's gonna come pick us up at 7, we're like, all right, listen, if we go to the Cinemark, spend $3, that's gonna eat up 2 of those hours. So then after the Cinemark, you come out, then maybe go to the food court, get a slice of pizza, do a few laps around the mall. It taught you time economy. It taught you budgeting, and the social component that I think a lot of these, bizarro introverts are missing out on these days.
Well, and you weren't looking at this thing. You weren't like spending time working on this. You had to associate with the world. You had to talk to people. You had to sit sometimes and be alone in your thoughts. I said, okay, so T Fusion Sound's talking about Time Crisis. There's one I want to pull back. Game. Time Crisis was dope.
The 2-player game, you step on that pedal and your guy comes out, you bust a shot, they go back. So man, I love that.
And
somebody on here, one of the comments was DDR era. This is Dance Dance Revolution. And I feel like that was probably the peak era for the arcade games, because that was when they're big and it's dancing on the thing. There's a whole crowd that would be watching you. That's a little after I stopped going to arcades. But then after that, it's like the video game experience now is just somebody alone on their couch or with their Switch 2 or whatever. And there's not a group setting like it used to be.
No, now it's all weird and perverted and racist. They get on these streams, they call each other the N-word and jerk it off. Like, it's all weird. Now, we didn't have school shooters back then. We had more violent stuff in real life. Like we would go play hide and seek, or we would go play manhunt, and we would like play dodgeball and crack the shit out of each other in the face. But we were less violent as a people. We never had school shootings back then. You would fight, fist fight, and it'd be a wrap. No one's bringing guns to school. Now, you weak ass milquetoast kids, this generation, y'all you have no crisis management, no management skills when it comes to like what's the word I'm looking for? You can't really conflict resolution. You have zero, right? And the first thing you do is go get a gun because that's right. We had character. We fell out of trees, scraped our knees, we sprained our ankles, we fell and got back up. We lost fights, we lost clowning sessions. It built character. I'm gonna get you next time. Now, one time y'all lose a fight, y'all want to go shoot up the schools. Go bring back malls, y'all. Bring back Sparrow's Pizza, malls, Forever, Chess King, and merry-go-round. That's the way to fix the youth. I'm telling you.
That's what's missing. That's the problem.
Fix the youth. Y'all a bunch of losers now. If I was, I'm glad if my kid was a loser,
Drop them off at the mall.
I'm just
Claudia, you're not having no loser kids. We don't think that's even possible. I want to show just 2 more quick photos. Do y'all remember this? Y'all remember this happening?
Oh, Christmas time, yeah.
That's the only time the malls really be cracking like that. Like, I mean, cause like, I go to like nowadays, I go to I go to damn on what's the big mall out here in Atlanta? I said it the other day.
Lennox?
Yeah, I go to Lennox and then Cumberland.
Oh yeah, so those are the only places to go to.
And they're mostly empty.
And kids back then weren't gluten and allergic to gluten. All weak ass pussified kids. Y'all some nowadays. Y'all
them kids. Those gluten intolerant kids just had the bubble guts back then. That's just, they just had it. They just had to deal with it.
I think the lack of peanuts is making everybody soft.
We didn't say ADHD and all that. We was like, oh, he's a little, a little extra.
Yeah. We get a little extra. That's it.
We was like retarded. We would say the R word. We would use that word. That's it. Actually, and then he was a little slow. Anyway.
Sneak into the Spencer's Gifts and move around to the posters section in the back and see what kind of bikini posters that I know for sure I couldn't buy. But you remember when posters had the big old racks?
Yeah, you flip it through it like a big giant magazine. But it is wild, like how at Hot Topic, I always get them mixed up between. I think it's Hot Topic where like they got that weird Beyond section where like they selling like hardcore like sex toys, like legit.
I don't think that was Hot Topic. I think that was the other one.
Spencer's?
I think that was Spencer's.
So I have a story. I don't know if I should. All right, I'm going to tell
Run it up.
What was it?
So I was hanging out with my ex-boyfriend's kids, and I took them to the mall. He was busy, right? And I'm like the fun parent. If I was going to be a step parent, like whatever y'all want, I want the kids to like me. I'm buying them all kinds of candies and all kinds of stuff. One of the kids, we went to like a Spencer's and got me to buy something that was so I should not have bought. Like a little.
What'd you buy him?
A toy.
Ooh.
A what?
A toy.
How old was the kid?
Like 15, maybe.
What? Oh my!
You should have led with a 15.
But I was like trying to bond with her, and I was like, I don't want to like, and I was like,
yeah, okay, you don't want to bond with a kid that way.
I was like, well, you're more comfortable with me, and you can't talk to your mom about this, and
I get that.
Unless she's not messing with a boy, I was like, I didn't know what to do. She put me on the spot and had so much confidence.
It was her idea.
Her idea. Looked me dead in the eye. I was like, "Can I get something?" I was like, "Whatever you want." I was like, I don't know. Yo,
you strategically try to keep that kid busy.
Yeah,
I was trying to make it go to sleep.
Oh, that's great.
I thought you would never leave. Ah, yes, the Christmas Santa.
I'm the cool stepmother, but relationship ended.
Like because of the gift, or like
didn't help. Mother was pissed.
Oh, the mother found out, and y'all didn't fist fight.
No, but I'm like, yo, you supposed to like, why you get caught,
Yo,
girl?
you want to know what's crazy? Is some woman in her, how old is she now? In her mid-30s.
No, she's in her 20s now.
Some woman in her early 20s is like, you know who bought me this?
Claudia Jordan bought me a vibrator at 15.
Wow.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a little bullet. It was cute.
Oh, the pocket size one. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but Lamonte's right.
Raised and prices went up, so people prefer Amazon to save money. That's true.
Yeah. Well, man, shout out to malls. Rest in peace.
Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Do we take a break now, or do we keep going?
Nah, we keep going.
No breaks.
We honked the horn. Beep, beep.
Sorry, I just ate chocolate thinking that we were going to go to break. Okay, look. Kamala Harris is getting dragged online for sending her condolences to recently deceased Mr. Ladybugs himself, Lindsey Graham. Her tweet read, let me get that acid up. I'm saddened to learn of the passing of my former colleague, Senator Lindsey Graham. He was full of wit, energy, and charm, and he cared deeply about the Senate and the people of South Carolina. Doug and I are sending our thoughts and our prayers to his friends and loved ones. Got 5.3 million views. And people were like mad at her for that tweet. I see a few people on the left sending condolences, saying they actually liked him as a person in real life.
Hmm.
And do you think that when people die, you should put all those differences aside and just say something nice? Or should you just keep the same energy, like F you and your corpse?
I mean, was Kamala's energy while he was alive like F you while you living? Or did he largely stay out of her crosshairs?
I don't remember. And I used to watch all the Senate hearings. I don't think they ever had beef.
I
But
can't. Yeah, I
This
can't
man
recall
looks like he's
Kamala-
definitely had a lot of beef.
Well,
I can't recall. I can't recall either of them having any sort of interaction. I think it's. I don't know. I think it's weird because I don't know that it's weird, but it's like this is clearly the kind of statement that the commander in chief would give. This is very clearly the kind of like olive branch, like respect at the end of the day that you would give as the leader of a party. It feels generic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the classy thing to say if she was still in office. She doesn't need to. So I kind of feel like it was like an unforced error. Like right now, Democrats got to read the room. Like what we used to do and be the bigger person all the time was very classy and very noble. But things have changed now, and the Democrats, people on the left that are winning, are the ones that it's not giving a fuck anymore.
Facts.
I feel that.
The ones that are doing more gangster are the ones that like people are sick of it because we're feeling like we're looking weak and we're losing. We had like 2 years of just getting our ass kicked, right? So we want the people that's like standing on business, like nah, F y'all. And said it. Those are the people that went. Look at Mandami, refused to bow down to the blue.
Not
and white.
backing down for nothing.
Nothing. And guess what? 70% approval rating right now. He's killing it right now. Seriously.
I love to see it.
We
Yeah,
don't do
but it
that.
definitely seems like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Because I remember people was on, Mr. Pumpkin's head top when he didn't give love to, I believe it was Jimmy Carter when he passed away. Like he didn't say nothing good, bad, or indifferent when he passed away. And he's like, yo, you're the president. Another person who had this very unique experience that you also had also passed away, and you have nothing to say. And if he did say something, it was like, it was foul. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't necessarily like presidential what he said. It was like I look at it as a standpoint like, yo, if we were operating during the same time and you died and I'm still alive, I won Squid Game. So I can pretty much be like, hey, you had a good run, like in peaceful journey, and may the devil poke you only so gently. When you get down there, like at the end of the day, like yo, like it's over. The beef is done. I won.
Yeah. I guess part of me commends the left for trying to still maintain some decorum. They're holding on to the old way that things used to be done, but you got to read the room. The youth, the people are not respecting that anymore. It's making you look like you're kissing ass, and we don't need to anymore. But I feel like Kamala is in a lose-lose situation. She's like, let me be classy because I did work with them, and outside of politics, they probably were cool. I bet you these people do go to lunch with each other and then fight it out at work, which is kind of what they're supposed to be doing. But when he's done the things he's done, I understand people also being pissed off, like, he was so bloodthirsty for the genocide and all kinds of stuff. I get it. So Democrats, moving forward, you're going to get a pass the next 2 years. Talking shit, you're going to be okay. Like, honestly, you will not be penalized. This is a free period to say what you want. Take advantage of it and let your inner thoughts out. This is the one time you could talk your shit and it's going to be okay. You will not be condemned for being nasty or rude because read the room. The landscape has changed now. It's ghetto now. It's ghetto as hell.
Yeah, it's reality show TV energy, all the shocking things. Am I still down for the staring contest with Patel? On a good allergy day, I'll give it a run. But on most days, yeah, Patel would win. Because also to echo young Cali stacking sentiments, my man does look perpetually. Everything's moving so fast. You guys are really popping today. I love it. Yeah, he does look perpetually petrified. Like he's seen a ghost or got like a note that like only he's seen, and he's just shocked by what he saw.
Yeah, I'm sick of him. So a few Republicans have been coming out against him because of his obscene spending. Like whenever he has to go to like the UFC fight or something or the Olympics or whatever, he'll just act like he has FBI business over there and plan the trip or go see his girlfriend sing He'll be like, "Oh, I have an event in Nashville."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And take the FBI. He said outrageous spending that even people on the right are finally calling it out. You know, this is a great opportunity. Republicans, if you're watching, and I know you are, you of course watch Side Dish every day. You guys have a unique opportunity to actually be the savior and a true hero in American history right now. If like 5 to 10 of you divert from this and save America, you will go down in the history books as the ones that helped save democracy in America. And it doesn't even take that many of you, like 5 to 10 of y'all. Seriously, if y'all did the right thing, you could be the ones in position where you'll be well written about in the history books that you went left and saved the country. And Supreme Court justices, 3 of y'all, 2 of y'all. That's not
Claudia. That's now you're reaching. Now you're when you got to talking about the Supreme Court judges. Those folks.
I know they won't. I'm saying if they would, they could really change this. They could save America.
Well, because people are such cowards, you know, what if they, you know, when you vote on these things, what if they were all anonymous? You know what I mean? Like, you know, kind of like a suggestion
It
box.
should be anonymous. Well, sometimes. Well,
Because you might not always be
no.
rocking with the conversation that's happening, you know, just because you're with this party, you're supposed to align with this because you with them, but not everybody always feel that way. I'm sure there's a vegetarian who works at Fogo de Chao. At the end of the day, the job is the job is the job, and this is what we're here to do. But there's some people who don't necessarily always rock with the rhetoric and maybe would like to vote against their best interest if they knew that they wouldn't be penalized or persecuted. Not their best interest, but the interest of the person who, you know, who's leading their party. You know what I mean?
there's good and bad to that, because like then when they don't get to say it, like they can vote for bad things that they consider. Like when we know, oh, Susan Collins, you voted to hurt the people of Maine. Okay, bitch, we got you for next time.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. It's a noble. It is a noble and optimistic thought. But unfortunately, the people in those positions are not noble and mostly not optimistic. That's a whole other thing.
Also, feel like there should be a cap at 70.
Well, yeah.
Get them out of here.
You're sensitive to light, you know, like sometimes when you close your eyes, you see people that died 10 years ago. Like, no, like, you know, like there should be a cap on certain high stress level jobs.
Yo, I tell people, if you can't attach a PDF to an email, I don't think you should be in. You shouldn't be in Congress.
2 weeks ago, Donald Trump said that Nicki Minaj was head of the SBA office.
Yeah.
Okay. And said it with his whole chest. He said the United Arab of Japan or something like that.
He referred to Japan as being a Muslim state.
Yes, like this is a daily
which
thing.
is not.
He might have meant super bass audio.
Yeah.
For Nicki Minaj.
Let me get into this Tyler Perry story.
Okay.
Have y'all seen this? Okay. All right. So I just want to preface this by saying some folks are probably going to get a little mad about how I walk this line here. And that's okay, because I can deal with a certain amount of that. So I don't know if y'all seen, there's some news going on right now. And Tyler Perry has been sued for sexual assault. He's been sued for sexual assault by 2 different guys. One of them a couple of years ago, a guy by the name of Derek Dixon, is for like over $200 million.
Wow.
And then the one that has made the news today is there's a guy who has sued Tyler for sexual assault. And this guy's name is Mario Rodriguez. And the whole thing is recently Mario Rodriguez's legal team has been trying to get a deposition from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, as you might imagine, very busy, doing a lot of different things. And so Mario's legal team has said that, Tyler Perry doesn't want to sit for a deposition because we're going to try to get him to make a statement about his sexual orientation. And Tyler Perry has never made a statement about his sexual orientation. And I will defend anybody's right for how they want to communicate that. If they don't want to say that in a deposition, that's I respect that. But here's sort of like kind of the thing that like rubs me the wrong way about some of this is when you get to looking at and I think these scenarios are often different for men and women. I think a man obviously most of the time has not only like physical power over a woman, but often also there's the power of privilege or the, when someone's your boss, right? Those are scenarios in which like sexual assault can get really difficult because like, oh, if you're in a working situation and maybe you can't just immediately quit, what do you put up with as you continue to try to navigate this situation? So there's just like a couple things going on with this case that I find a little strange. And this is stuff hitting the news today. All right, so let me get y'all some photos up. All right, here's obviously Mr. Perry. Done a lot for so many actors. This is Tyler Perry, and that's Mario Rodriguez. Here's another photo of him. He's a very sort of like classically attractive guy. And he's suing Tyler Perry for $77 million.
Damn.
And Tyler Perry's team have released this. This is text messages that Tyler Perry's team has released. This is from TMZ. And Tyler is the blue in here. That would be Tyler Perry's. And in this message, Mario's thanking him for different times that he's helped him financially. Okay. And so his team is like pushing this suit right now. And Tyler's team is like dropping little pieces like this saying, hey, this guy Mario's kept coming around. He's talking about thank you. He's talking about I'm going through it. I'm so glad that I have somebody like you on my side, which is sort of tricky behavior when you're turning around and suing somebody for $77 million.
Yeah.
I would think we would all agree on that. So right. And so then we've got this post right here. I'm not going to play the video, but in this post, Mario Rodriguez talks about why he continued to interact with Tyler from like 2014 to like, I don't know, 2019 or something like that before pressing this suit. And one of the things that he talks about that I'm a big believer in, and he's like, sexual assault doesn't always look the way that it looks, but he more or less says that the reason that he kept interacting with Tyler was because his dream was on the line. And one of the comments in there was this: in 2014, you got the part for Boo a Medea Halloween, which, by the way, I'll just show you real quick which character he was there. You can see him with that little orange hand pointing down at him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's who he was in Medea Halloween. So they met at the gym. He got this role as an extra in Medea Halloween, and then you went to his house, and this is according to Mario's legal stuff. You went to his house and he groped you in his theater room. Then in 2016, you again went to his house. He allegedly touched him again. You left. Then again, you went to his house in 2018, and then it happened twice more at his house. Then again, you went back in 2019, and then it happened 3 times. And this is according to his own lawsuit. And so things get a little dicey there. And I don't know why, but the moment when I hear about a woman pressing sexual assault, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, I'm like, that 100% happened. And this woman probably didn't do anything wrong at all. She's just living her life. And this creepy predator of a human being has come after them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel differently about men. And my whole thing is like, you've been in the entertainment industry long enough. It only takes once. That's a fact. You've been in the entertainment. If you're a man and you've been in the entertainment industry long enough, and I would imagine for a woman who's just walking life, some guy's going to take a pass at you. That's part of being in the industry. Is some guy's going to take a pass at you. But you know what is never, ever going to happen to me? And people, if you think I'm wrong about this and you think I'm way out of bounds, let me know in the comments. But what's never going to happen to me is somebody's going to make me feel uncomfortable. Somebody's going to compromise me in some sort of manner where I'm like, whoa, that was very bad. I don't want any part of that. What's not going to happen is I'm not going to keep going back to that person's house, and I'm not going to keep texting that person, and I'm not going to keep continuing to try to build a bridge to whatever opportunity that person's trying to provide me, because I know that they're kind of interested in something more. I think that becomes obvious in a scenario like this. And so help me understand this, because like now this is Tyler and Derek Dixon. Derek Dixon sued him for $270 million. That case is also still pending. And guys, I'm struggling with it. I don't understand why these cases are even why can't you throw it out? If someone keeps coming to your house If someone keeps coming to my house and I keep flirting with them every single time, and they know that I'm interested in them, and they just keep coming and then sue me years later, I'm like, but you kept showing up to my house, and from the very jump, I let you know I was romantically interested in you. Am I crazy?
I mean, I think it presents a complicated approach on both sides. Because say, like, let's just say if any of this happened, right, and you still come back around, that tells me that you was literally picking up what I was putting down in that space, right? So that creates a window of opportunity for the weird comments, the passes that continue to happen. This to me seems a little bit predatory, like he's baiting, trying to create a narrative that probably isn't there, because like you said, you don't get to sexually assault me twice, and you might not survive the first one. You know what I mean? Like, depending, like, I mean, and when I say survive, like, if I gave off the wrong signal, you say a thing like, hey, bro, like, hey, listen, wife and kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But if you're trying to Pepe Le Pew me,
right,
beyond like the first initial thing, then it's a different conversation. And then I'm gonna have to be like bold caps with my approach back. I know you've been through some things in the industry.
Oh my God, I'm with you. You only get to sexually assault me one time, I'm out of there. But I do understand how a struggling, starving, desperate actor would be like, well, maybe I can flip this and I can fight him if they come. There's a lot of guys I hear from that are male models that they know they're not gay. They know a man's after. Most of the men in that business are gay and try to have relationships. That's the one business I really feel bad for men in. I feel like they really get a hard time.
Oh, sure.
And people will make them try to go against their sexuality, and their preference, right? And they'll dangle the opportunity in front of them and tell them, well, you're not gay if you let me do it to you. You know what I mean? And I knew a girl that had a boyfriend that was talked into damn it doing a porn, and he thought, oh, Brokeback Mountain, the success. But I think sometimes men think that they can manipulate the situation, or I'll just, be cool with him and I'll, whatever. But yeah, the repeated, listen, the first time, maybe there was a misunderstanding. Like, wait, was I wrong? Did I read that wrong? But the second time you go back and he does it again, you gotta like, some of that is on you. I remember one time I went to an audition at Steven Seagal's house, and I've spoken about this several times, and he's never sued me. So it's true. Okay. It was a reading I was supposed to have, and no one showed up to read with me. And he was like waiting on more people to show up. And in the meantime, he took me for a tour around his house that I did not ask for. And I was so uncomfortable. And it was me, him, and his assistant. Like, oh my God, like I'm in this. Then I'm thinking about how, like, the optics. I'm at his house. They're going to say, well, how often do people have auditions at that? Like, it all makes sense when you're there. You're like, oh my God, why did I do this? Anyway, he brought me around and found a room, and he locked the door immediately and tried to coerce me to take my shirt off, and said he could make my back feel better. Because when I get nervous, my neck tenses up. And I had to say, I was doing my best acting to get out of that room. Like, I was like, oh, I just got my period. Like, I'll come back in a few days, and I won't act like this, I promise. And I was so disgusted. Like, I hated that I even had to say this to him, when I wish I could have just like had the freedom and ability to slap him. But this is Steven Seagal. This is out for justice guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably whoop my ass, So I said what I had to say to get out of there and get out of the room. And he unlocked the door and let me out, and I escaped. Never was around him ever again. Probably the person that set up the audition. Another time I auditioned for this other Black director. It wasn't Tyler. Wasn't one of the big ones. He's the smaller movies now. Okay. And he locked the door again in an audition, just me and him. And he said the role was going to be a story with Boris Kojo, and I had to be nude in the scene, but you wouldn't see anything. But he wanted me to read the script with my shirt off and be topless. I said, I know you effing lying. I'm not going to sit with my titties out. You're fully dressed, and you. Bitch, you
that's wild.
That's insane.
Right. So I was like, I don't think that this role is for me. And then he tried to gaslight me, right? He was like, what, ain't you a model? Or would you shame your body? Listen, if I hire you, I need to know when it's time for you to come out of the trailer, you just go right into the scene. I need to be freaking babying you and trying to talk you out of coming out and showing up for the scene. And I was like, I don't think I'm ready. And he was berating me. And a weaker woman would have been broken down and said, okay, well, I guess everybody else does it. I didn't do it. I left and escaped. I never auditioned for this guy ever again. He's seen me one time at crustaceans, and that's it. I have never auditioned for him again.
Have I probably seen one of those guys'
Yes.
movies?
Yes, you have. I will send you his name in the text right now.
Okay.
Man. That's 100% Predator stuff. That's I'm sorry, you don't need to be topless to read a script and perform a scene, especially in an audition. Good gosh.
My friend went to his house for an audition, my friend,
Mm-hmm.
who's married at the time. And he immediately had a bottle of water for her, and he's like, here you go. And took the lid off, right? The cap, gave it to her. She drank it. She starts feeling dizzy. And she's like, oh my God, I need to leave. I gotta go. He's like, no, just lay down. No, I don't want you driving like that. She's like, no, I have to get home to my husband. She left, right? Same guy. Oh, I'm writing my book right now. I just started it the other day.
Good.
I'm naming names. I'm naming names.
As you should.
You know who you are, Negro. You know who you are because you approached me and said, your friend's going around telling people that I drugged her. I said she had the water tested. She had the water tested. She flagged down a police officer. The water was tested. It tested positive for the date rape drug.
Rufalin.
Yes. And she never, like a lot of these women, like people like me, oh, your career is not as big as it could have been. Yes, it's not. I have turned down so many of these men and gotten out of these situations. So yes, I went to game shows and podcasting, but these men, I know I'm going a little bit long, but I kind of feel like this is important. It happens a lot to girls and men in that business, like horrible. And they press you and they make you think that everybody else is doing it. And that's just how it is. But he drugged her water and she totally was turned off by from the business after that.
I just imagine the thing you chase your entire life, and then when you get there, like that's one of your first big experiences. I can imagine how that would repel somebody from the business, man. Like, you know, the problem is, and I know people sometimes feel like they're boxed into a corner because, like, if I say the thing or if I call out a name, like it's not sometimes as simple as you saying a name, then all of a sudden that person goes away and they lose the opportunities. These people work with other people who are with the shits and in cahoots with them, and they can block this, that, and the third. And I know that sometimes scares people away from saying things. You know, even when you look at how long it took them to bring Kevin Spacey down. Like because there was rumors circulating around about him for years.
Yeah,
that one ultimately
dropped it. The Kevin Spacey thing got to be weird because, Claudia's sending us the text right now. The thing about Kevin Spacey is like the thing that blew up and went viral about Kevin Spacey went viral and then it went away. And the reason that it went away is Kevin Spacey showed his text messages from the other guy, and it became hyper apparent the other guy was into all of this, and then later on decided that he wasn't. And so anyhow, it's one of those things where it's like this one in particular got to me because, like, when I saw the thing about this legal team and they're like, oh, we're trying to get Tyler Perry under a deposition and he's avoiding it because he doesn't want to talk about being gay. I'm like, he doesn't have to, number one. But also in his statements and through his lawyers, he said he's not scared to talk about anything at all. He just hasn't. It's just, been a little busy and hasn't been able to get to it. And I'm just like, it's just such a, I don't know. I feel like a crappy way to go about it. And then also the amounts of money to me are so obscene. Like you were an extra in Boo a Medea Halloween. And now people are going to come for me. I'm sorry. But you were an extra in Boo Medea Halloween. And I don't know, you've had some other things going on, but it's like Tyler Perry's not the only show in town. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of casting directors and other opportunities out there where it's like, maybe you're not working for this person again, but they don't control the whole industry.
But the thirst level is real. He wanted to move from the back of this picture to the front of the picture and was willing to do whatever he can to forge a relationship that maybe wasn't there to get that advance. Maybe there's a reason why you're a background player. Like maybe your talent, your skill set isn't there. And you think, shining some spoons of a man is going to get you, into that next space. And based off the text you said, Claudia, I don't think the world would be too sad if that man went away. I might have seen two of those things he did.
So it's so funny. The girl that he did that to just randomly texted me just now. I'm like, are you watching the show? Like, I will say this. Yes, I could say his name, and I will eventually, right? But the problem is he's not the only one. They're all like a lot of them like that. So, like, he'll be put on blast, but guess who else? All the other guys oh, she runs her mouth. So that's the thing that people in the business have to deal with. Like, okay, I can really take this person out, but it's an entire system of a lot of men that didn't really get a lot of ass and coochie in high school. And now we're in positions of power, like the Harvey Weinsteins, right? Of the world. Now they are in position of power and they abuse it. It's like, oh, this is for the girl in high school that turned me down, or the boy in high school. And they abuse it. And that's what they do. But there's a lot of predators. That's not the only one. I'm talking about doing this documentary about stuff that happens. Oh, wow. Group text, down payment. They want to be in the group text.
Well, you know what? There is we could do a Discord. That's easy. That's easy.
Interesting. You get the names. You get all the names.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, Tanner, can you?
We can't workshop this right in real time right now. Yeah. However, I wouldn't. You know what? Because that would be very convenient to have like a side dish Discord. And how do y'all feel about the name Side Babies as the fandom? Somebody said that the other. Somebody said that the other day in the comments, and I meant to shout them out. And also, major shout out to Anthony Philly Raw. Today's his birthday. Big birthday balloons and shout outs. Love to you, my brother.
Birthday.
Yeah, man. And also prayers and good energy going your way as well. Hold on, I'm trying to find the name of the lady that came over.
Side Babies is cute. Y'all like that? Side Babies. Y'all want to be our side babies?
Yo, side baby.
It just rolls and works so
side
well.
Dudes, side chicks, side dudes. I don't know. I don't know.
Because like Side Babies covers everybody. It's like a big umbrella, you know what I mean? But like, you know, but if we had to narrow it down and make it let's see, hold on, where it go.
I do want to say this real quick, because I don't want anyone to think that I'm being insensitive in any form or fashion to these men who have sued Tyler. Because for all I know, it could be even worse than anything we've ever imagined. I certainly don't know.
Right.
But the repeatedly going over and the repeatedly engaging and the repeated text messages, that sort of stuff just always hits me the wrong way. I guess, I don't know. And I apologize to anybody who that's triggering right now. Like, that's not my intent, but it just hits me wrong.
Side pieces, someone said.
Oh, side pieces is not bad.
Oh, how about dirty dishes?
Dirty dishes is cute.
Dirty
dishes. I will say there are a lot of male predators in this business, though.
Yes.
Like, seriously. And a lot of times popularity, if someone's super popular or they give away turkeys at Thanksgiving, we tend to like not want to believe it. And so it's hard to like, you know, that kind of sucks for like all parties involved, because there are people that are legitimately being downplayed or ignored because no way, he wouldn't do that. He just dropped a donation for this. And then people like laugh at that person, or you may have made some mistakes in how you went about it. But then there's also clout chasers that do lie, and that messes it up for the real folks. So I don't know.
Yo, Dirty Dishes would be a good name for like a show, though. Like maybe like, I don't know, like I don't know.
Like if we did a Side Dish After Dark.
Yeah, Side Dish After Dark, but like it's like the show equivalent of like if you watch porn with just the dialogue, right? Like leading up to the scene and then it cuts, right? And then like,
so you don't see insertion or the
right? Yeah, it's just like it was Dirty Dishes. Anyway,
yo, there's a guy. Well, I don't know. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no, we definitely want to get that. We should definitely get the Discord popping. That's easy. It requires no time, and all the people who have been so kind to us in the super.
But it's gonna be expensive. I'm letting you know right now, because I'm gonna need a legal fund for dropping the names. And it's $100 minimum. I'm sorry, it's gonna have to be $100 minimum. What do y'all think about that price point?
To have that level of 24/7 access via Discord, like I mean, I think that I think that's a fair exchange, because like because now you can hit us on the hip whenever, you know what I mean, and we'll reply, you know what I'm saying, and then that also gives us a quick little way to say, hey, we're about to do this sneaky show in a couple of minutes, you know what I mean, because like sometimes when people see it, because I be reading the comments when the show goes live at 7, right? What time do y'all really do the live? I need to know, because like, you know, like if you don't have your notifications on, sometimes you miss stuff. Oh, is Bonnie birthday? Miss Bonnie, where Miss Bonnie at? Happy birthday, Miss Bonnie.
Happy birthday, Miss Bonnie.
Big up.
Miss Bonnie.
Yeah, we're gonna need that for the
Happy
legal.
birthday.
It's gonna be.
Indeed.
There's names to be dropped. Hey, speaking of legal fees, let's get into this. Boosie Badass is back in the news after getting scammed for $600,000 cash money. Now, the outspoken rapper is suing his former lawyer for allegedly scamming him out of over $500,000 under the guise, he thought, he was securing a presidential pardon from Donald Trump. Now, according to the lawsuit, Boosie was introduced to the attorney while fighting a federal possession of a firearm charge. Now, he was facing serious prison time and feeling targeted by prosecutors. So he was looking for an exit strategy. Okay, so the lawsuit alleges that this attorney convinced Boosie that they had a direct line of communication with Donald Trump's inner circle. The lawyer claimed that for a flat fee of $600K, that it could secure an official signed presidential pardon that would wipe his federal record completely clean. Boosie wired 600 racks, $600,000, expecting a full pardon as promised. Months went by, and Boosie's federal legal troubles remained completely unresolved. Now, his team demanded to see proof of work, receipts, and communications with the White House. The attorney went ghost.
Oh, word?
Did not return any phone calls and would not refund any money. Now, Boosie has officially filed a civil lawsuit accusing the lawyer of legal malpractice, fraud, breach of contract, and unjust enrichment. He's demanding the full return of the $600,000 plus heavy damages for emotional distress and the sabotage of his actual legal defense. Fellas, what say you? Is this like the person that calls the cops after trying to buy crack and getting flour?
Are you sure? Are you sure he's suing his former lawyer?
This is not media takeout. So
I think he's suing, because I looked this story up too, and maybe he is also suing the lawyer, but for sure he is also suing Jacob Wool and Jack Berkman, who are the guys who said that they had the direct line of communication with Trump.
those ones, yeah, maybe that's. But yeah, he's suing those lawyers. Whatever. 2 lawyers lied to his black ass, told him they would get a presidential pardon. He wired the money. He didn't get the pardon. They got the bread, and they're laughing at him.
You got ROBBEED. Do you know what that means? There's too many E's in there. But however, like, you should know better. At the end of the day, I don't think you should be able to buy your way out of legal problems. You know what I mean? Like, if you did the thing you did, guess what? It's on your record. You can't expunge it. Enjoy that. Hold that L. That's right, Bati boy. Take that L. Helvetica. Impact Comic Times Roman Sands. All the L's. Hold those. You shouldn't be able to get to buy your way out of problems just because you got money. The rules are the rules, the law is the law, and I don't care where you are, who you are. Like, I mean, president, like, nobody should be able to buy their way out.
The reason that I like this story so much is, like, first off, I don't feel good for Boosie. Like, if I spent $600,000 thinking I was about to get a pardon on something, I really want that pardon.
Thank you, Thomas.
But it also lets people know just how much pay for play corruption there is in Hollywood, that there are people, or not Hollywood, in Washington, that there are people who can be like, yo, I can connect you with so-and-so and they can get you a pardon on your felony, blah, 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 blah. And you go back to normal. And that's worth $600,000 to you because he has like a new felony case going on, I think, right? Because it's for weapon possession. Yeah. I think is what has violated his felony. Mm-hmm. And so to make all of that go away, he could get a pardon from Trump. And that's what he paid over $500,000 to get, but he's not going to get it.
What's sad is the people that really do need to be pardoned, that were unlawfully detained or convicted, and they're really innocent, which happens a lot. If you don't have the money for a proper defense, you will be, it's mostly poor people in prison.
Yeah.
As we see, rich people can pay to get out. And I think that's really sad that basically it's not really dependent on whether or not your case was an unfair case. It's really about how much money you can get to the Trump administration.
Yo,
how much
I'll hit you with this.
You don't need.
Are you guys aware that we are the only country, I believe we're the only country in the world, I know we're the only first world country that has a bail system, monetary bail?
I am aware of that, yeah.
And it just screws the poor. That's all it is. If you're a mother or a father or anybody struggling to pay your rent and you get jammed up in some charges and you just sitting in jail until the judge has time to get to you, maybe you didn't do anything wrong. The judge could be about to throw that case out, but you're sitting in a cell for a week, not able to go to work, not able to do these things because you can't pay bail. And now you're screwed even further because you've lost your job. And so it's just like, it's so funny because it's like, it's such a predatory system on any low income or less person in the United States. And then on the opposite end of it is you've got, and he's a high income person at this point, you know, you got Boosie, who's like got 600 grand that he can pay two people because they promise him something and lead him on for months and months and months. I don't think there's ever a world in which they were going to get it. I think they scammed him.
Boosie needs to take that same $600,000 and give it to a doctor that can make sure he keeps getting insulin. Because I remember he was on Instagram Live begging for insulin one time. Yeah, like you're spending money on the wrong things, man. Like at the end of the day, bro. Like going back to what you were saying, there are people who are in prison right now because they could not afford a better lawyer to tell a better lie than a prosecutor lawyer was pushing against his weak ass defense.
And prosecutors don't care about the truth. They care about a win so they can look better in the public. They care about I won 92% of my cases. They don't care if they put the wrong person in prison. They just need a body.
That's what I always hated about the legal system, because especially from the prosecution side, I know for a fact that there are people who went into that court with their heart of hearts knowing that more than likely this person on the defense stand is probably innocent. But at the end of the day, like you were saying, Claudia, it is about your record and getting those numbers on the board. So here goes me doing what I do, hold my White Claw. And they go in there and tell the best version of a lie to make the less experienced lawyer look bad. And I think how is that a fair legal system?
Knowing that you are about to send someone to prison to deal with abuse, rotten food, maggots, living in gross quarters, abuse, possible death, knowing that the person is innocent, but you care more about your case, has got to be one of the most evil things a person can do to another person. Like, that is so evil. That is so evil.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the nightmare, and the more you try to defend yourself, oh, you lying, and oh, please, and you're sitting there like, can you imagine like a world where you're like, no, I swear it really wasn't me, and they're like, whatever, like in the movie Life.
Yeah. I really hope they do a sequel where they're old.
It's been a long time. This movie's over 20 years old.
They will save a little bit of money on prosthetics because
well,
time is going by.
Eddie has aged 2 years.
And Martin looked like how he did like on the show. He got like in some level of shape. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to him. Can we make it upbeat for a second?
Let's do it.
Got some big back shit for you.
Where's my snacky people at? Eating food way too fast. Talk about some big back shit. Big back shoe, 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 big back shoe.
Listen,
the cotton candy on spinners.
Yeah,
focus on that. I love cotton candy.
And the guy down in the bottom right's got some kind of frosting on his nose, and he's just like eating and smiling.
Hey, Craig, your attention to detail is next level. Like, you would be such a good serial killer. You would get it.
Real quick, I used to want to be the guy who did the graphics for the news, like when they would do a story, like there's been a murder, and you see like a hand covering a mouth, like pulling it back, Anyway, so listen, man, my weight fluctuates, but inside my heart is the spirit of a 500-pound ancestor. And Big Backs, I have another one for you. Olive Garden has just announced the never-ending pasta pass is back after 6 years. Hear me out, though. For $100, you could eat unlimited pasta, soup, salad, breadsticks, and toppings for 13 straight weeks.
Wait. Hold on a second. For $100,
$100,
you get 13 weeks of free pasta.
Yep. The soup and the salad and the breadsticks.
The breadsticks are worth it now.
Oh, the breadsticks are so good. Like when Little Caesars was tripping, they kept it consistent. And here's the thing. It's not like an infinite amount of passes. They only got 10,000 passes. And because they know that y'all be scamming, they also going to have you show your photo ID when you go with your pasta pass, just to make sure you ain't letting people rent it.
That way, because they don't want no imposters.
Boom.
But
Yo, so this is wild. So like, I mean, have any of y'all taken advantage of this before when they was doing it a few years back?
As a half Italian, it is blasphemy. First of all, we cannot support. I don't support a chain Italian restaurant as an Italian, American, African, American, Black Italian, Indian in this country. It's disrespectful. First of all, they overcooked the pasta. Okay. The sauce is generic. I could tell y'all didn't cut up the onion first, saute them over olive oil, add the black pepper, the garlic salt. I could tell you didn't add Italian seasoning. I could tell you didn't add the things that would make a real traditional, authentic Italian dish. It's commercialized. No. And y'all better not get this. Y'all better not get this thing. No, unless they got
hold up, Claudia, $100. Now, HK, they're only 10,000 people are gonna get this deal.
Only 10,000. And kind of like when Jay-Z dropped his tickets, there's a very finite amount of time that you can get this, right? So it goes live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, July 16th. You got to go to pastapass.com.
Absolutely not. I'm offended at this story.
Hold up,
This is disrespectful
pastapass.com.
to my culture.
But yet you'll order Domino's. And there were no Italians in the making of that pizza.
That's American.
I'm
I'm
saying
blown
it.
away. I'm so blown away. You get all these meals for $100. This is crazy. This doesn't make no sense.
But you can't get it to go. You got to bring your big back ass into an Olive Garden and sit at the table and post up.
Wait, so okay, I don't even know. Listen,
Overly
I don't
processed,
like.
yes, Mimi. Overly processed.
I don't like Olive Garden, but I like a good deal. And so now I have to find out where my closest Olive Garden is.
For you, yeah, but so anyway, like I don't know. I recommend the one on Cobb Parkway over there across the street from Best Buy.
Oh, someone said, "Oh, Sea Breeze 40." I was taken to dinner and ordered chicken Alfredo. It was literally noodles and warm milk. It's not real.
Well, you got to go to a Olive Garden where people care. Because there's so few. They actually just opened up one not too far from me, and it's good. Like, I mean, if you don't know, but and I understand because you have ancestors and relatives that are from the lineage. Okay, there's a standard to be upheld. You know, it's like if Tanner came through with some jollof rice, it wouldn't be bad. However, an African would probably be like, "Now, come on."
Okay, my mother is the first person from her family to come here. She's first generation. First, like she wasn't Americanized. She came here fresh off, not the boat, the TWA plane back in the day. People from the 80s know about TWA, the old airline. Like, this is not you guys. Go ahead, y'all go get that.
Okay. So like, if somebody did do an unlimited pass, what chain would you support if they did an unlimited pass? Who's doing an authentic anything? Because like as much as Taco Bell used to be Mexican food to me,
Taco Bell
it would be like that's not real Mexican food.
Yo, anybody who eats Taco Bell regularly, you need to go get yourself checked. You need to get your small and your large intestines checked.
And Tanner, Craig mentions Taco Bell at least twice a week.
I know, but my last mentions have been about my hatred for Taco Bell because of the influx of the price.
Yo,
now,
HK, I almost did. Hold up, I almost did this story today because we got this parasite that's showing up in our produce, and Taco Bell. People have been eating Taco Bell and getting sick.
Yes, they have. So
that's going to continue to keep me away from Taco Bell.
Okay, so my place I would go to a chain. Well, this is a New England thing. It's called Legal Seafoods, high end, great seafood. But if I had to pick a chain of where I would do a pass, and this is very Black of me. Red Lobster.
I mean, that's not the worst you could do. Cheddar Bay biscuits alone. You know?
Claudia talks about seafood 3-4 times a week.
I do. I made crab legs the other day too, and I had stuffed crab shells.
Like from scratch. Like, do you buy the crabs like live?
No, they have the legs just chopped off and they're on ice. But I make the sauce like homemade. I put like butter in a pan, chopped parsley, chopped minced garlic, honey. And red chili flakes and lemon juice. And I put that over the crabs that are seasoned in a pan. I bake it for 45 minutes. So freaking good. You're welcome.
Yeah, it takes a special type of cook to take a live thing and cook it.
I used to throw crab in the pot, and I used to feel so bad because they would be like, and they try to get out, and you're like,
They'd be like, what? They'd be like, "Eh."
and it's only like a couple minutes, but a couple minutes in scalding hot water. You ever get a splatter of hot water on you?
Oh yeah,
body?
Yeah.
It's so horrible.
As a man who's like fried bacon shirtless,
Oh God,
and you never learn. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll run it back as a guy like once every few years. Be like, I'll stay in the back a little further, or I can take
every few years. No, I feel like I can master it every couple months. Never do. Always burn.
Man, Jamal said, I bet you don't feel bad when you eat them, though. But yeah, now, certain foods do be having like an ill look on their face. Like I could definitely, I can envision the crab's face as it like tries to climb out of the pot and just
it's all like little things are going, and then lobster, it's like it's just flapping. You're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm talking to it. I'm sorry. I'm killing you.
Wow.
How do they
crazy.
do it? Honestly, how do they do it? They would look a person in the face and just light them on fire.
Yeah, nah, but I'll let y'all know how that pasta pass thing works out for me if I'm not like busy.
Are you gonna get it?
You're getting
Oh yeah, man. Like for the salad and breadsticks alone.
The closest Olive Garden to me is like 5 miles away. No, hold up. Yeah, it's down in Camp Creek. That's too far. That's too far for me to drive. But $100 for 13 weeks, it's still a crazy deal.
Yeah.
Can you take a plate home?
I mean, they probably frown upon that, but we have our ways.
You can feed your family, right? But yeah, their breadsticks are good though.
A little Ziploc bag, cargo pants, you'd be all right.
Yeah, 15 miles. That's how far it is. Yeah.
All right,
So
cool.
I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
My man, the Medupitus asked a question. He said, what happened? Whose cousin is it? What?
Oh.
Whose cousin is it?
Okie dokie karaoke. Whose cousin allegedly stole some flowers? Not flower pots, not the planters, just the flowers. According to police, an antique mall says somebody was caught on surveillance video digging decorative plants out of their planters and driving away with them.
That is a different kind of brokey. Now imagine committing a crime and leaving the pot behind. Like, I don't need the container, just the petunias.
Yeah, this wasn't a smash and grab. It was more like a dig and dash.
The business says this wasn't even the first time. Last year, somebody stole all the planters. Employees went back and zip tied them down, and those zip ties got cut. So this year, they chained the planters to the building.
And the cousin said, challenge accepted. You can't stop a determined gardener with bad intentions. So he took
Nah, man. They looked at those chains and said, fine, I'll just perform surgery. See, that's premeditated landscaping.
That's crazy. Okay, what's really sad is an employee says that he bought the flowers with his own money and spent months watering and taking care of them.
No, that's sad. As a gardener, I got a little garden in my backyard. Like, that's sad. Don't steal from people that actually love their plants. Go buy your own.
Yep. So whose cousin is out here committing grand theft garden? Inquiring minds want to know. Pammy said other cousin.
This gives other all day long. This is a Asiatic or Persian, or this is another. This is a Cambodian. This is a
Cambodia has entered the chat.
I don't know that we had a Cambodian cousin.
They haven't been represented ever, I don't think. T Fusion Sound said he'll make his own Olive Garden's meals for less than $100 for 13 weeks, though.
13 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Olive Garden.
That's cheap. I'm going to, it screams other to me. It's definitely not black, not white. It's other. It's someone with an accent and a chipped tooth.
Brian said that was a broke brother on Valentine's Day. I know that's right. No, because some of these storefronts do be having some good like plant shrubbery going on out in front of it.
Yeah.
The outside decorative swizzle.
I do think it could be my cousin. And I know you guys make fun of me for this, but it's just like we used to pull over and my mom would dig up flowers on the side of the road. Now, granted, those are wild flowers, but I've seen it. There we go. Callie Stacking says Tanner's. Let's go.
off top.
I know you know the answer, but
I do know the answer. But if I was to just close my eyes and just really truly think about it, because like the stealing flowers that are already outside is something I've only thought about. A crime that is more suitable to my taste at this point in life. I would steal you know them rocks that people use to decorate their houses in front of it?
Oh yeah, those are hard to get good ones.
When you
Those
have
are
to
hard.
purchase them yourself, they're pretty
Right.
expensive. Yeah, like I would go to someone's creek and steal some stones in a heartbeat. But
Rocks,
flowers, not so much.
mulch, all that stuff is like it's annoyingly expensive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Tan-
here we
Tanner's little house on the prairie, cousin, says Keita Boo.
What it is.
All right, well, let's get to it and throw it. Let's move that van.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
And she's MAGA.
Low key,
Is
right?
she?
Yeah, she's MAGA. You guys are not you guys. They have sorry. They have hijacked the American.
What?
They've
Hold up.
hijacked the flag. Like, and I just think MAGA when I see the
Oh.
flag, they've taken away with the flag. Like, I only like the flag during the Olympics now.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. She had a MAGA ponytail. It seemed.
Oh, come on, guys. A MAGA ponytail.
Pat,
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
Okay, maybe it wasn't a ponytail, but she did look like the wrestler Greg the Hammer Valentine, just a little bit.
fat white
just-
women are always MAGA that look like that.
I'm just surprised their last name is Fingers.
No, that's not really her name. I like because this person is still on the run. They have like 4K crystal clear quality pictures of the woman, but they refuse to bring it to justice, and I think we know why. Yeah, like so they got her, but they ain't got her yet.
They're letting her slide with this.
Mm-hmm.
This thug on the streets of America. Wow.
Oh, they're gonna get her
MAGA tail.
or not?
They're gonna raise $500,000 for her on GoFundMe.
Let's have a
Right, she's gonna be
GoFundMe.
rich after
Oh
this.
my
She's gonna-
gosh,
Oh.
what's wrong with people?
She's
Tanner,
gonna-
you always blame your people. And you're
I'm right.
And I always blame my people, and sometimes I'm right. But yeah.
Yeah.
I am trying to like seek out more Cambodian crimes.
Right. It's hard to find those.
Yeah, man. Like I gotta learn some languages, man.
I'm gonna get back into. I'm gonna submit something next week. I really want to shock y'all.
Also, one of the reasons, and I don't think I stole it, but right through my window right over here is a fern plant that y'all. Okay, so I used to live in this apartment complex, and I'll be walking through the hallways. If somebody left a plant out in the hallway for more than like a day, I was like, "You're trying to get rid of that," and I would just take it. And so I have a fern over here that I'm nursing back to health, and I'm very proud of it.
Oh, you stole a fern.
Yep.
It
I
was-
was looking at buying a plant the other day. But
You would.
fern is dope. Like, did you name it?
No, I haven't named it. I mean, I wasn't sure it was going to make it. It's been like 6 months, and now it's starting to like grow. And I'm like, oh, all right, I'm about to have a dope fern.
Hell yeah. No one's gonna miss the fern that you stole.
No.
No one's gonna miss it.
I mean, when they it looked like it was dead in the hallway. Like they put it out there dead, and so I was like, I bet I can save her.
And you brought it back to life. I love that.
Yeah.
Good for you, Tanner. Yeah.
Not all heroes are wearing capes out here, man.
All
But
right.
listen, man, as promised, we was gonna start giving y'all longer shows.
We gave you an hour and change.
5
Can't
potato.
change.
And thanks for the $100 we got on the show. We appreciate that.
It was a little bit more than that because we also got I believe $5 from I think Thomas hit us with that, and I think somebody hit us with 50 on the earlier side of things. So we greatly appreciate all that and
If
all that.
what we should do is we should try to buy 3 Olive Garden pasta passes and then do a live episode from Olive Garden.
Yeah, the week that Claudia come to town, and
Yeah.
you
I'll
can
be there
critique-
I'll be there 27th through the 1st.
Oh hell yeah,
Working on the
All right.
verticals out there. So
we
should
could
do it.
critique the Italian scale.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
How many shaking hands? That's 5 out of 5.
Yo, man, shout out to all y'all. What up, Kenny Burwell, Thomas Bell, Keita Boo, man. Everybody from top to bottom. Jamal, 230, Captain Planet, Earth, Wind, Water, Heart. I used to hate that cartoon. He never killed anybody.
Yo, Captain Planet was great, man.
No, man, like he I don't know, he would replant a tree and then would let that little piggy guy, that piggy guy that was the villain on there, one of the villains. He was too ugly to be kept alive. They should have murked him a long time ago.
Tanner, you had someone say that you can water their plant anytime.
Hey.
Oh, what's up, Keita Boo?
You saw that? Oh, they should. Yeah, she said Tanner.
Bush Gardens.
Okay.
Cool, man. Well, we out of here, man. Until next time, man. Y'all be safe out there. One love.